Yeah, we're bringing in the NFL Films music. That's how important this is. It's just like having like the freaking 85 Bears in here. Let's go. Guys, it's here. It's the first week of the season. We're ready to rock. We're ready to roll. We're ready to do anything and everything in between rocking and or rolling. We have Arizona at Northern Arizona. First game preview of the season. I don't want to waste any more time. I've got some cool graphics to show you. I've got some predictions. Aaron's got some predictions, and he's got a synopsis that we're going to go through. So without further ado, let's get into it. Welcome back to In the Alley. My name is Cody. We've got some games to talk about. We're going to talk about one today, though. It's going to be Arizona at Northern Arizona. I have a card to pull up here. A freaking Brooklyn accent, Jesus. We got a card to pop up here. If you want to watch this game, it's going to be on YouTube or Caffeine TV. If you don't know what Caffeine TV is, it's a subscriber-based, free subscriber-based channel where it's mainly all sports. 60 million subscribers. If you want to go subscribe, do it. YouTube will have it streaming as well. So, 8:05 kickoff time. Arizona at Northern Arizona. Let's take a quick peek at the 2023 rankings and where they were at with everything else. Second best offense last season for Arizona. The sixth best offense for Northern Arizona. One big one is the red zone offense. First last year for Arizona. 14th last for Northern Arizona. Total defense last year, 7th for Arizona, so middle of the pack, and a little worse for Northern Arizona. Now the numbers are really similar, only off by less than 100. So that's how close it was for a lot of these things. Looking at the rushing defense, another kind of key area there. Third best rushing defense for Arizona. Eighth best rushing defense for Northern Arizona. And guys, when we go talk about the 25-man rosters, I think those numbers could improve for Arizona, and those numbers might decrease. What's the opposite of improve? Deprove? I went to college, for God's sakes. I should know this word. Anyway, they're going to get worse. Whatever. Golly. All right. Talk about players to watch here. Quarterback Dalton Snead. I don't know how proven, unproven this defense for Northern Arizona is. Can he carve them up? He won a national championship last year. He has an offensive line that's going to protect him. He's got a proven running back. He's got proven wide receivers. How good is he going to be against this defense? Yes, when he's going up against Tremont Lofton, which we'll talk about, he's right there. But ultimately, if he's able to find holes in the zone and connect with his timing routes and do everything like that, I look for a big game from him. First game, to be brutally honest with you, coming out party. So look for him early and often to use his legs, use his arm, and do whatever he needs to do to move the chains and get in the end zone. Linebacker, defensively, I'm going to do one offense, one defense. Linebacker, Connor Taylor. Again, it's just how unproven Northern Arizona is. They only bring back, I think I counted four guys from last season, and a couple of those guys didn't even really play a full season, just a couple of games. I look for Connor Taylor, and again, how proven this defense is. They bring back, we'll talk about it on the 25-man roster. I'm not going to spoil anything. Connor Taylor, regardless, I look for him to get after the quarterback. I look for him to blitz. I look for him to get after the quarterback, get after the running back, and just be all over the place. He was so good before he got injured last year. I look for him to just be a monster. Just let him loose and just go. I think Arizona is going to do really, really well in that regard. That defense is scary. That defense is freaking scary. On the Northern Arizona side, you have Gerard Ware Jr. You're looking at a veteran presence on that offense to kind of take the heat off the quarterback. I think Ware can do that. Look for him to get the ball early and often. Try and set the tone. See if Northern Arizona can just waste time. Do what they can do to try and keep it a close game, a low-scoring game if they can, and trying to just make it to where they can win close. That's all they're trying to do here in this point. And I think Gerard Ware can be a part of that game plan. Defensively, Tremont Lofton, last year's Defensive Player of the Year. The guy's got to get after him. As simple as that. This defense is unproven. Yes, you have Travion Banks coming in. Spoiler alert. I already talked about him in my Northern Arizona preview. You got Travion Banks coming in. on the defensive secondary. Tremont Lofton has got to disrupt these timing routes. He's got to get in the backfield as early and often as he can in order to make sure that he can disrupt it. He's got to make sure that he gets tackles for loss, gets after the quarterback and sacks him. He's got to be a force, especially with how young or unproven, I guess, the linebackers are, the secondary is. He's got to get after it. Those are the players that I'm looking at on both sides of the ball for Arizona and Northern Arizona. This headband's constricting my brain. All right, let's do some serious history and some quick facts. Arizona leads 6-3. This includes the playoffs. So back-to-back playoff wins, for Northern Arizona. Otherwise, that would be 6-1, or really 8-1, to be honest with you. So Arizona, believe it or not, they're pretty good. They're really freaking good. Last meeting, Arizona 53-62 against Northern Arizona in the Western Conference quarterfinals. Yeah, it's the upset heard around the world. Everyone talks about it just to piss off Arizona fans. But yeah, that's the last win. We'll talk about a little quick fact here, but that was in Phoenix. This game is going to be at the Findlay Toyota Center in Prescott Valley, so we'll see what's going on there, which leads us right into a cool segue. Northern Arizona is only 1-2 all-time at home versus Arizona. So they've played 3 times in Prescott Valley. They've only won once. Is it a home away from home for the Rattlers? I don't know. Northern Arizona's 3 wins versus Arizona have a combined margin of 13 points. So in 3 wins, they've only won by 13 total points. It's not a lot. That's why I said if they want to win this game, they have to keep it close, probably low scoring. I'm saying in the 30s, man. They got to make sure that they control that ball and control possession to make sure as long as Arizona's offense isn't on there, they're good. Before 2023's playoff game, Arizona had won 3 straight against Northern Arizona. So, yeah, you snap the 3-game winning streak that Arizona's had against you, but it's a brand new season. It's the Kevin Guy Redemption Tour. He's looking to obliterate you in the very first game. He's taking no prisoners. It's as simple as that. I love Les Moss and his coaching and everything that he's done. He's won a national championship for Northern Arizona, but for this game, Kevin Guy's going to just blow him up, man. I don't know. That roster is scary. We'll talk about it. Speaking of those two, Kevin Guy is 11-4 versus Les Moss, dating back to the 2010 AFL season. So when you look at it, Les Moss has 4 wins, Jacksonville's championship, 2 back-to-back playoff wins, and there's another win in there. They didn't meet when he was the coach at Iowa, so that's kind of weird. But that being said, 11-4. I think Kevin Guy notches another one. But hey, let's go ahead and go talk about the injury report, 25-man rosters, and everything along those lines. We'll get out of here. We got some more segments to do. Injury report. I got nothing. It's the first game of the season. I hope not everyone's injured. So, yay. All right, so 25-man rosters popping up right here. I don't know who's starting, who's not. I just pulled these from the team's websites. So, kudos to you guys for keeping that up. Hopefully, you guys can update them each week since we don't have a transactions page. But that being said, let's take a look at it. You have a very veteran team for Arizona. You have a very raw and unproven team for Northern Arizona. Garrett Kettle, Glenn Gibbons, Theo Majette, all from Northern Arizona last year, are now on the Arizona Rattlers. Not to mention they bring back Jamal Miles, they have Isaiah Houston, and they have on the offensive line Cole Carter and Lamar Mady. That's really good. Defensively, that defensive line is freaking stacked, man. That defensive line is freaking stacked. Connor Taylor's your linebacker. I mean, they got Savon Lowry, Theo Majette, Jamius Pittman, and Harold Love. I mean, they're going to get after the quarterback. Defensively, and I talked about this in the Arizona preview, I didn't know if Devontae Merriweather or Dylan Winfrey were going to be back. Plot twist, spoiler alert, they're back. And from the previous previews that I've done, Rashi Hodge did sign with Arizona. So, again, they do bring back Jermaine Dobbs as well. This team is stacked. It is the Kevin Guy Redemption Tour, guys. Shannon Brooks is back at running back. So Morian Walker, I don't know if he made the cut, if he's on reserve, whatever the case could be. Shannon Brooks is back. Dalton Sneed's your starting quarterback. Arizona looks stacked. On the other side, we don't know who's starting at quarterback. We don't. Josh Jones, Dylan Sterling Cole, they could both split reps. I'm not sure how Les Moss is going to go about it. Gerard Ware Jr. starting running back. Talked about him in previous segment. Justin Manyweather is going to be leading that wide receiving group, and he played a couple of games last season, wasn't too proven. That offensive line, I hope to God that they can protect the quarterback. You've had some time. Now's your time to put up or shut up. Game 1, put it all out there. Defensive line, they do bring back Tremont Lofton. Rest of the guys, little unproven. Little unproven. Linebackers, not sure who they're starting at linebacker. And you got Travion Banks returning for your defensive back. So they do return some players, but it is a very, very raw Northern Arizona team. We'll talk about it here in a minute, but we'll talk about Aaron's synopsis, his predictions, and things towards the end of the segments. And right now, from everything I have said, let's go ahead and go check out the best bets for the Arizona Wranglers at the Northern Arizona Wranglers. All right, so betting cards are going to pop up right here at the bottom. And I got these lines. I don't know if they've shifted at all. I know the IFL was promoting 7.5 favorites. I found 5.5. That's on DraftKings. So Arizona Rattlers, 5.5 point favorites. Northern Arizona, 5.5 point underdogs. It could have changed. I got these on Wednesday. So money line, minus 170 for the Rattlers. So it's juiced to the Rattlers, underdogs, Northern Arizona. And the over-under is 96.5. And again, this all could have changed. I'm basing it off what I found on Wednesday. So that being said, here is your bets. If you want to bet Arizona as a less than touchdown favorite, it could be more than a touchdown. Like I said, IFL said minus 7.5. So you're betting Arizona to win by more than a touchdown, or you're betting Northern Arizona to win or lose by a touchdown or less. Or if you want to bet over under, I don't know what that one was. I saw 96.5. So that's quite a bit of points. That is quite a bit of points, to be brutally honest with you. So curious to see how that goes out. But let's go do the best bet. And we'll win some money. All right. Best bet. I got Arizona money line, minus 170. It's too good to pass up. Northern Arizona's too damn raw, guys. I mean, you look at what Arizona's bringing back, you're throwing money down on that. Just simple as that. You can take the spread, you can take the over-under. I think the under might hit, unless Arizona just rides it out. But I've got Arizona money line. Simple as that. There's your best bet. Take it to the bank. Let's cash it. Let's make some money. Let's go buy a new house. Do whatever. I don't care. That being said, read the disclaimer below. You're betting at your own risk. I take no responsibility in your bets. This is for entertainment purposes only. That's what I got. So let's go take a look at our predictions, and let's go talk to Aaron for a second, and then we'll get on out of here. All right. Welcome back to Aaron's IFL Corner. We're going to talk to Aaron, but he wrote me his preview. This is the preview that's on his UFL News Hub, so I'll link that down below. Go give it a read. I'll try and paraphrase it. I'm going to call that a tease. That way you have to go read it. So, there. Go read it. I mean it. Go read it. So, he has Green Bay in Massachusetts, and he has Arizona, Northern Arizona. We'll give his Green Bay and Massachusetts one preview tomorrow. So, Arizona, Northern Arizona. He says that Arizona gets off to fast starts while Northern Arizona gets off to slow starts. And Arizona seemed to struggle last season when Drew Powell was hurt, but maybe that's all changed with Dalton Sneed coming in. He says that they need to build chemistry if you're Northern Arizona in order to have that chemistry, have that continuity to make sure that you can start winning these games and putting a team together. Everyone's unproven, even though they've been at training camp and practice and things along those lines. So, can Northern Arizona overcome a slow start, regardless if it's just the game, first couple of games, whatever the case could be? Arizona likes to get off to quick starts. I mean, they rattle off wins left and right, it seems, most of the time. So Aaron's preview is pretty much saying kind of one team is going to be really good at winning games early and often. The other team, not so much. And I think it kind of goes back to the roster continuity as well. We looked at the roster makeup. He seems to be right on dot with it. So his prediction, it's going to pop up right here. He has Arizona winning 60-52. I, on the other hand, have it a little less close. It's not going to be as close. I have it as 56-38. I'm going to be brutally honest with you. I think 38's a little too high for Northern Arizona even. I wanted to try and be a little nice in the first game, but I don't know, man. I think that defense and what they have brought back for the Rattlers, it's the Kevin Guy redemption tour. That's it. Look at the players he has brought back. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that, guys. I think Arizona's going to get the best of them. Simple. They're going to get after the quarterback. They're going to score points. They have 3 Northern Arizona players from last year. You don't think they have that playbook? Both playbooks? I mean, God. It's going to be a good game. I'll tell you that much. It's going to be a good game looking at both sides on how each team is going to fare in kind of a more veteran team versus kind of a more raw and unproven team. It's as simple as that. I look forward to seeing it. I think Arizona I don't even think it's close. I think Arizona just gets out to a good lead. They let their foot off the gas, and Northern Arizona is able to kind of get some points. So that's it for me. That's it for Aaron. Appreciate him bringing in his preview, giving us his score prediction, and anything and everything else. Look forward to doing this tomorrow between Massachusetts and Green Bay. Typical stuff. Like, comment, subscribe, any and all of that stuff. Appreciate you guys watching the video. It's here. It's here, guys. We get to watch football. We get to watch a ball get kicked off. Who's betting a deuce? Who's betting a deuce for the very first play? I know you can't do that. I don't know if you can on Better or whatever, the simple bet or whatever. I just use DraftKings. But what do you think is going to be a deuce to go in for the very first play of the game? That'd be awesome. It starts out 2-0. But anyway, guys, that being said, I'm signing off here. I look forward to seeing you guys from Massachusetts, Green Bay. Let's just keep going with it, guys. Till then, see you.